Hi everyone, I'm Eric.
And I'm Christopher.
And we're Grow For Me Gardening. Today we're going to take you along with us to our favorite local garden center.
Let's go shopping.
Welcome to our garden here in Zone 5B/6A in upstate New York. Last week we had our garden tour. This week we're feeling really on top of stuff and ready to enjoy the garden. So what are we going to do to ourselves, Christopher?
We're going to go buy more stuff.
Of course we are. So join us as we head down the road to our favorite local garden center. So we are heading maybe, what do you think, 10 minutes south of us?
About 10 minutes.
Yeah, to Faddegon's, which is a great family-owned garden center. They have an amazing selection and they just put everything out on a big sale. So if you're obsessive about gardening like we are and you're always looking for new things, this time of year is a great time of year to head to your local garden center because things are going to start being on sale as they head into the second half of the season. I think in the email blast I saw they have 30% off hydrangeas,
Roses.
30% off roses, including David Austin roses. They have, is it 20% off perennials?
It's 20 or 30.
Okay, so there's a lot of deals to be had. So that's why we're heading down there. They always have a good selection. They take really good care of their product. So I know that whatever we end up with is going to be healthy and well tended. But we will show you around and how we choose some stuff. Well, here we are. We got here a little bit before opening, right?
Yes, we did ask permission to come a little bit ahead of time.
You know, I'm still not super comfortable filming in public. I still think it's a little bit awkward, but we wanted to take you around and show you all the cool things that will catch our eyes and hopefully inspire you.
One thing that Faddegon's does better than a lot of garden centers is curb appeal. When you drive up, you are greeted with this awesome display. I love the way that they mix some of these evergreens, Isley evergreens with their triangle tags. Wait, I want this one. This is that AOI Japanese mate or Japanese white pine. I see this all the time. It's similar to the one we have, but this specific cultivar is always really tight.
I do like
this
it,
one
and I like the
lot.
color. The needles are like a bicolor, which is really nice, and they grow very slowly. So, although eventually they'll reach a much larger size, you can tuck them in for the foreseeable future.
Absolutely. Over here, a Wichita blue juniper. This is similar to the Moffat blue that we have in the container, but I think it's almost a white blue color. Some really pretty elderberry, smoke bush, campania urns. And this is in that Nero Nuevo. Is that the color name?
Nero Nuovo.
Nero Nuovo.
I don't think that's campania.
That
looks plastic.
This one's plastic. I saw, oh, you know what I saw that was
These
campania?
are Nero Nuovo campania right here.
This one. I like the size of this urn.
It's interesting. It's not very deep, right?
No, it would have to be for annuals. I don't think it could be a permanent planting.
It's not bad. I like it.
It's nice. This might need to be on a pedestal.
For sure. Yeah, if not on a pedestal, like on the edge of a wall or something.
Oh, this is, they have them in California.
Redwood?
Redwood, yes. I like this one. It's a really nice tree. Soft serve false cypress.
They have a nice texture.
What
really is their ultimate size?
Ultimate size, 6 to 10 tall, 5 to 6 wide.
Now I saw a sign that said 30% off trees. Does that count as it must count as a tree, right?
It must. I mean, it looks like a shrub now, but it'll be a tree later. This would be nice in the green wall for a different color profile.
That's true.
That could be really nice.
I really think this is super cute. It's just like a little...
It's just a little
bird. The only thing that bugs me is something happened during the casting process where now it has a zit on its nose.
It has a little zit, yeah. That would be annoying. Every time that we've been here this season, Eric has pointed out the cat on the pumpkin.
It's cute, but I feel like it's so seasonal, like it's so fall. So if you're really into fall decor, I think that would be a great one.
Especially because it's cast stone and not...
But the other thing that always catches my eye are these owls. Not this one. I think this one's a little creepy.
That's a little too much.
But this one really catches my eye a lot. This is, what color? Oh, this is alpine stone. So this would be the color we would get.
That would match.
And then this one also always catches my eye.
I feel like I like the shape of that one because it's got the wings open,
Yeah,
but maybe in the alpine stone.
I agree. I wouldn't get it in this color, but I wonder if like it's something we'd put on the wall of our terrace.
That would look really
Because
nice.
I don't think it would go on the ground in the garden.
No, just kind of propped somewhere.
Yeah, it would have to go like up on something, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, Melody Hinoki Cypress.
Melody.
6 tall and 4 wide. Look at that interesting, like gold in the center, and then green on the outer edges.
I'll tell you what, every time we see a Hinoki cypress, it catches both of our eye.
It says it thrives in part shade.
Ooh.
Dwarf plant with lemon yellow foliage that turns bronze in the fall.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
A consideration.
This is pretty.
Oh, I see some filigree. Is that what you would call that? Not filigree.
I don't even know what that is.
Filigree, I feel like that's more like silver jewelry, which is like pattern, embossing.
Oh,
What's the word? I'm
ornate detail.
ornate detail. I like that. That works.
That's what I would call that. Oh, and this little
What's that?
green velvet boxwood.
Green velvet.
Yeah, we have one of those.
And green velvet, I feel like it's more of a matte leaf. It's a pretty color green.
The neat ball that Proven Winners Color Choice sent us is an improved version of green velvet.
Ooh, that'll be fun to watch grow.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing that. More soft serve heads. They do have a display of Coast of Maine, which is the soil that we use. And this is actually where we came to get it.
Yeah, this is where we picked all of our Coast of Maine up this year.
So we do use the Bar Harbor blend in our containers. And then we use some of this in our elevated beds mixed with the Bar Harbor blend. This is the Castine blend. And do they have Penobscot?
They do at the far end here. Yeah, there's the Penobscot.
And then this is what we've been using in our planting holes because it has the compost, the oyster shells, and the mycorrhizae to help the roots get started.
Eric, we're about to enter the main part of the garden center. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
First thing we gotta do is check out what's on sale. 20% off perennials, 30% off all trees, 30% off roses, and 30% off hydrangeas.
You know I love a magic show. The Pink Potion. Ours did pretty good this year. I'm noticing everything's really tall right now. Everything's so big.
Here is their section of native plants.
The
Always
Joe-
worth a browse.
Joe Pieweed. I've been noticing this along the side of the road in our area. So maybe we should go harvest some from the side of the road.
I think that's illegal.
Oh, okay.
Oh, obedient plant. I've heard about this plant.
Does it smell? It does not smell. Let's see.
Cardinal flowers are always very eye-catching.
That's a beautiful color.
See what I just say? Always eye-catching.
Starship Blue Lobelia speciosa. It's funny how many things here are named weed. There's ironweed, butterfly weed.
Mm-hmm. This one is interesting. The True Blue Natives. The photo looks really promising. It almost has like an ageratum looking bloom.
Oh, you're right. It does look a little bit like an ageratum. How tall does this get? 2 to 3 feet tall and 2 to 3 feet wide, hardy in zones 5 to 10. Great attractor for late season butterflies. Can spread quickly, so it's best used in an area where it can be allowed to naturalize. Thank you for the warning.
I want to go look at the hydrangeas.
Of course he wants to look at the hydrangeas.
And we'll walk right by the roses.
We'll be back, Roses. Don't worry,
Get a
we'll be
sneak
back.
preview. Oh man, but look at De Ruyter. I'm assuming that's how you say that, right?
It's De Ruyter or De Ruyter.
Oh, this is like the evergreen that I really, really want. It gets 6 to 8 inches. Or no, it gets 10 feet tall, 8 feet wide. I just really like the structure and color of them.
It's a really good one.
All right, so here's hydrangea area. Oh, they're pretty well sold considering what they normally have.
Mm-hmm.
Firelight Tidbit. This is an awesome panicle. Stays nice and small. It gets about 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. When it flowers, there are so many flowers on it you can't even see the foliage, so that's really awesome. And they're 30% off. Bobo hydrangea, classic. I think Natalie told us that was their most sold hydrangea.
Yeah, I think it's the number one
selling, right? Puffer fish, we have 3 of these. They are definitely not this tall, but from my understanding, puffer fish is kind of an improved version of Bobo. Bigger blooms, and then at the end of the season, it'll send out one little extra, like,
one little
flower. So that's a really cool one. If you like Bobo and you want to try something even more, bigger blooms, that's the way to go.
Look at the sea of standards.
Wow. This has to be a limelight.
Yes, I see the tag.
Yeah. Oh, and here's a quick fire. We have one of these. And it's tucked behind a stand of Invincible Spirit too, so you can't even see the truck.
I know.
You can see it, during the off season and in the springtime. Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah.
Now we're getting towards some of our faves. Tiny Tough Stuff and Tough Stuff. We have 6 Tough Stuffs. They do very well for us.
Mm-hmm.
Very hardy. The ones in shade don't bloom as much as the ones in part sun for us. So
Eric,
keep that in mind.
Is Tiny Tough Stuff a smaller plant or a smaller flower?
It's a smaller flower.
Okay.
And it's easier to turn blue.
Oh.
Tough Stuff Aha, which is an improved version of Tough Stuff. It has these bigger sterile florets. Look at the sterile floret here. Actually, I'll just take this off.
I love how it's aging.
And let's compare it to this one. Right here. See, it's a much different flower.
Oh, yeah. Really
This one
pretty.
is much showier. Really pretty. And then Tough Stuff Top Fun. Can you believe it?
I know. I can't wait. I bet you we have that size by next year.
Yeah, I hope so. Ours are doing so well. So this is the newest of the Tough Stuff series. And it gets about 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. Blooms all summer long, and it reblooms. And the pollinators really, really love it.
I wish you could smell this. The morning dew as it fades off is giving us all the fragrance release. There is a Silas Marner here. I've had my eye on this David Austin for quite a while. I love the red stems. It's got really nice growth. Honestly, the flowers might not even be my favorite, but the shrub itself on the Silas Marner is great. One of the newer ones, Queen Elizabeth, is here. Princess Alexandra of Kent.
You do love that one.
Every time I see that, you know why, is this is one of the biggest overall flowers.
Oh.
That's why it always is so showy, is the flowers are tremendous. Let's see, Harlow Carr. Who's
I gotta back up here because they have Nye Bevan right here.
Oh, that's
And
another.
Elizabeth. These are the 2 new ones for this year.
Yes. Nye Bevan, which one's shattering right now, is very similar to Vanessa Bell. It's got kind of like a country rose look to it, I guess you could say. But it's a nice one. Oh, here's some fresh Olivia Rose Austin. That's a nice flower.
Oh, that is pretty.
Reminds me of Emily Bronte. It's more flat. It's not as cupped. It's more a flat color or a flat shape. Gentle Hermione's back there. Here's this all dressed up. I've seen other people plant this one. It reminds me a little bit of Boscobel.
It's really cool.
Light fragrance, but it's nice. It's a nice color. Big leaves on it too.
I have seen, it is 30% off. But whose garden did we see that in?
I think Garden Answer has that.
Oh yeah, Laura's garden, and it looks stunning in her garden. But her roses always look fantastic. Which rose is this?
Uptown Girl. The names do get kind of funny.
That is really pretty.
Really unique. Orange to pink with deep green foliage.
Pretty.
Blue Girl, some tea roses. As we walk around, I'm seeing...
Oh, I like this.
Who's that? Stormy Weather.
That is cool.
I think it's a climber. It's a large flowered climber.
That's cool. That's a unique color, and it's nice and open, and the pollinators love it.
I also like the contrast of the reddish purple to the yellow in the center.
That is very cool. Unique.
New Dawn, another famous climber.
Bathsheba. This is where we got our Bathsheba that we just added to the garden.
Claire Austin, our little rescue rose from 2 years ago. I think this next coming season's going to be the year for it.
It's going to be her year.
Oh, it's nice.
We'll give her a lot of fertilizer to help her.
We've entered into viburnums.
Is that it? Oh, they did. They consolidated all the roses on that
Yeah.
one side.
I think we're missing butterfly bush in the garden.
I know, but that's because they keep dying on us.
That's true.
I think we're too wet for them. But maybe if we try them again, I think we need to plant it very high.
Yeah.
Like probably like an inch or two out of the ground.
So this is Miss Ruby. I see Miss Violet here. Do you think you would prefer more of this color?
Yes. I think that's a less drastic color.
That one. That's kind of like the surefire rose begonia that Eric is.
Oh, although we have had Miss Ruby in the past.
Oh, we did have. Or
Yes.
did we have
No,
Miss
Miss Molly. We had Miss Molly.
That's pinker. That's purplier, rubier. They're so pretty.
Yeah.
You can't really go wrong.
Like the gold-tipped evergreens always catch my eye. Is this labeled? This one isn't labeled, but maybe it has a tag.
You know what I'm noticing about this one is it looks like it's dusted with the gold
Yeah,
color.
it's called Gold Drift.
Oh. Is it a spruce?
It's, yes, and it's an Isley. It's a Picea AB's Gold Drift.
Okay.
Pretty. I don't see a tag with further information on it, though. But it's another weeper, obviously. This is cool, too. Although it looks like the tip got chopped off. Ooh, it's sappy. Okay, that was a bad choice, Eric. Oh, good. This is wet, so I can
There you go. You can wipe
Sap
off your
off.
sap with it.
with the wet. Skylands Oriental. This I have like I love it so much in the spring, but then by the time summer comes, I'm like, oh, is that all dried up?
Yeah, this one gets 2 gold.
Maybe. I mean, so I know that this one gets 25 feet tall and 15 feet wide, but there's a small version of this, a dwarf version from Isley, called Firefly, and that one I have my eye on. So De Ruyter Spruce and Firefly, I really have my eye on. I think those would be great additions to the garden. Let's go look at the other evergreens over here.
It's kind of fun getting to shop first thing in the morning.
Isley Green Hinoki Cypress, classic Hinoki. Soft serve, fall cypress. This is another one of these Japanese white pines that has that really, but this one is curlier needle on it.
Yeah, it looks like it got a perm.
A little bit of a perm. Silver dwarf Sitka spruce. 8 high, 6 wide. So it is going to get traditional spruce shape. That's interesting. Oh my gosh, is this a Korean
Oh my gosh, jump.
silver lock? This is so cute.
What is that?
It's a silver show Korean fir. 12 high, 8 wide, broad upright. So tightly curled that the shoots are almost cylindrical. Oh.
Wow.
It's always interesting to read the tag and see what makes them so special.
That looks like one of those bracelets that people used to make in the 90s with that plastic rubber string.
A little bit. A little bit. This is cool too.
Bowling ball.
Arborvitae, Mr. Bowling Ball. Very nice. There's that De Ruyter.
I know.
Got my eye on. Although evergreens are one of those things where they're very expensive because they grow so slowly. So if you want to save time, you've got to just, pay the extra money to get that larger size, because it could be 5 years to get that extra, 20 inches.
Right, depending on the plan. Right below you, Eric, you can see there's like a 1 gallon, and then there's a 2 gallon, a 3 gallon. So that could be years in between.
Yeah. This is a Glow Blue Spruce, 1 gallon. Zafiro Spruce. Very cool. Oh, this is Slow Mound Mugo Pine. That stays small. It's in their True Dwarf series. And I think, is this the same thing? Yeah, so these are the same plant, just 2 different sizes.
That's really nice that they offer both.
And the price difference is tremendous. This is $83 and this is $162, so it's twice the price. Very nice.
I see a Hinoki cypress, Eric.
Wait, I'm looking at this.
That's it, golden nymph.
Yeah. But also this, I think, is really pretty too. Just the golden Korean fir. Look at that.
It's funny. When you first glance at that, it almost doesn't look real.
Yeah, it doesn't. I wonder what do you think of these competing leaders? Is this a competing leader?
It's a good question. I wonder if that would need to come out.
Or if that
would
just
figure itself out.
Yeah. Oh, an umbrella pine.
It's a very tiny umbrella pine. We have seen that get very big.
I know. Very tiny. But it's very expensive, so I'm assuming it grows 3 to 5 inches per year is how quickly the umbrella pine grows.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. We just found another birch tree.
Cinnamon Curls Dwarf Korean Birch. Beautiful light gray peeling bark. Peels in long strips, exposing cinnamon-colored inner bark. Medium green leaves. In summer, turn a beautiful golden yellow. Compact. Good pest resistance. Tolerates high pH. Hardy. Other words that are covered by the plant tag. 6 to 12 a year. 15 high, 12 wide.
Now, where would we put that one?
Anywhere. I think it's got a unique leaf. When the new ones come out, look at these little guys. These are so interesting. I do love a birch tree.
Interesting. All right, we're going to keep this one at the back of our mind.
Rising sun, full moon. Look at all this new growth. This is a happy tree.
It's cool. I have like a love-hate with Japanese maples.
This is what I was just looking at across the way. The Makawa Yatsubuza Japanese maple. I love the way that these leaves come out and they just sort of sit on top of each other. This one over here is even better. They just like make a pile of leaves. How tall does this get? Bet this takes a long time to grow. 6 high, 4 wide, 3 to 6 inches per year.
3 to 6 inches per year.
Yeah.
That is slow growing.
See how this looks like the new growth. So this probably did get 6 inches here. But it's just weird. Maybe that's what it is. It's just kind of very unique.
It kind of looks like marijuana to me.
That too. It does kind of look like that as well.
Oh, look at this interesting hung kill Japanese maple.
So they're cut leaf, but they look
really deeply cut.
I would call this the velociraptor tree.
Yes,
it kind of looks like the velociraptor.
That is so strange.
How big? This is 15 high, 12 wide.
Interesting.
Long, slender leaf lobes.
Very cool, though.
The color's great, and the branching, because of the leaves being so open, you see so much of that structure, and they stay pretty dark red. I would put this on the wish list. The Pung Kill Japanese maple.
I'm not sold, but I'm not gonna I'm not going to cross it off your wish list.
Not yuck the yum, right? Is that what they say?
Wow. Summerific hibiscus. This is very awesome. This was the first one we added to our garden, so it's our most mature one. I would say it's like this wide right now.
It's big.
These look so, they look gorgeous in their container, but just be aware that they absolutely will reach that height and width that it says on the tag very quickly. We have a trio of them in the back corner of the garden. We have Very Awesome, Candy Crush, and Evening Rose, right?
Which is my favorite.
And they just make a nice combination, different foliage. The hibiscus all have different like lighter and darker foliage that contrasts the flower. And they have that new one this year, the Cookies and Cream, that's pure white. I guess it's the only hibiscus on the market that doesn't have this red eye.
Yes.
Right? Is that what makes it different?
Really dark foliage.
More spireas. I do think these are the spireas that were in our landscape package. Phlox. Pretty. This is a lot of look.
That is a lot.
This is Garden Phlox Nora Lee. It's a variegated foliage and a two-tone flower.
It is a lot of look.
It's a lot of look. I don't know if I would choose that, but I'm a more conservative gardener.
I can smell onion, Eric.
Allium.
Hundreds of them. Look behind you.
I know. Medusa. Oh, 2 different sizes of Medusa. Flowering onion. Very nice. Millennium. I feel like alliums are really easy to divide.
Yeah.
And get more of. So maybe if you invest in a really big size one, break it apart into a couple pieces.
That's easily 3 or 4 plants.
Yeah, for sure. And it'll come back really strong next year. Luminary opalescence again. Just really healthy foliage. Christopher lilies.
I can feel the fragrance on me. You're not going to see us with the Asiatic lilies in the garden. The fragrance it's a bit much for us. They've got more of the dry perennials, I guess you could call it, the catmint and Russian sage. This one's called Crazy Blue. I could not imagine us planting this because it really does have a crazy habit to it.
I kind of like it though.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I like a wild, you know me, I like a wild habit.
All right, a wild habit, but in a tame color palette.
Yes.
Okay.
Look at all this catmint.
Early bird, Walker's Low, of course.
Walker's Low is kind of our go-to.
Lavender is phenomenal. This is a lavender that's been recommended to us if we don't succeed with some of the lavenders we're trying.
We have Sweet Romance, and then we have a traditional English lavender, which I don't know if the English lavender will last over the winter for us.
Lavender is so common.
Does it smell good?
Oh, it smells so good. It smells phenomenal.
That's, yeah, well named.
Got some meadow sages and salvias.
Ooh, more primrose. I like our primrose. I know everybody says careful because they'll spread all over, but I kind of like where we have ours, and I like that it has spread.
I agree. Peonies, Eric. Your favorite.
I have a trust issue with peonies at garden centers. I feel like they're so often mislabeled.
And also the fact that periodically Eric will discover a peony in the garden that he doesn't know I planted.
Look at all these grasses.
Hamlin, Elijah Blue Fescue. What's this one? Oh, this is just called Variegatus.
Variegatus.
Very telling. Oh, here's all the morning lights. We've done very well with morning light.
Yes.
And frankly, you can see what it's doing in morning light. It really is just a beautiful light tone. Who's this? More morning light.
And more evergreens.
I think these are more traditional. This is the junipers. This is the Alberta spruce.
Yews. We don't have any yews.
We don't, but everything I've ever read is that yews are deer food, and if we're trying to discourage...
But I also heard they're poisonous to deer.
Oh. Interesting.
You gotta love a blue spruce. So pretty.
It's good looking.
It really is. Avatar blue spruce. Nice. 20 high, 15 wide. Airplane. We're right by the airport.
One day, I think this would be really nice on the berm. If it was on real clearance, because it's in the back on the berm, to have a big red maple back there.
That'd be cool. I always like a forest pansy redbud.
It's a great tree.
It's really pretty. Black pearl redbud. I wonder what the difference is between forest pansy and black pearl. 20 high, 25 wide. 20 high, 25 wide. I just wonder,
I wonder if orchid red flowers on forest pansy, what color are the flowers?
lavender flowers.
Lavender.
So the flowers are different in the spring. This is traditional Eastern redbud. We have one of these in our garden. These are more black pearl. At another garden center, we saw an amazing, it was called Alley Cat redbud, and it was white and green variegation. That was very
Love
cool.
that one. Big coral bells. Ferns.
Sweet woodruff.
Sedge.
We got 2 of these ferns this year, the crested surf, and they're doing very well for us. I'm excited to see how they come back next year. Even bigger, because they're supposed to get, oh wow, they get about 2 feet tall and over 2 feet wide. Like, they're big, gorgeous ferns.
It'll be really nice. In both places where they are, that'll be nice.
Look at this. What a cool foliage. What is this? This is spot on pulmonaria.
I'd really like to put this in
That's a cool foliage.
as our shade areas get bigger. Is that wee?
Oh, I don't know.
Wee hosta?
Is it? It is Voices in the Wind.
Oh, it's not wee.
Voices
Maybe
in the Wind.
that wee below. No, that's still Voices in the Wind.
Yes. Can you hear it? The voices in the wind. Minuteman. Patriot, such classic. Growing up, we had an above-ground pool, and I feel like these surrounded the entire pool, and I thought they were the ugliest plants ever. As a kid, I was like, ugh. Oh, is this epimedium? Sure is. We don't have any epimedium in our garden, and I feel like we should add some. Don't you?
I do. It's such a... I don't know. I don't know how to describe. It's very woodland. Is it for just shade, or can it go in a little bit of sun?
I know. The problem is we don't have much shade right now. It says it's shade, and it blooms in fall.
Oh,
So probably around the same time as our anemones.
interesting.
That's interesting. Empress Wu. This is a very deceiving size because Empress Wu gets enormous. We have a number of them in our garden. That's why we don't have much room in our shade gardens, because we have Empress Wus in them.
That's exactly correct.
Time to put down the camera and get shopping.
Officially. So be on the lookout for what our selections are and a video to come.
Thanks again for joining us today. I'm Eric.
And I'm Christopher.
And we're Growth for Me Gardening.
Thanks for growing with us.